Hi guys, we're in Lone Pine here. This is attempt number 1 for big base sitting on 4 ground tampers. So I'll have 4 ground tampers and 2 deck foundations. I'll show you how it's done. It's not complete yet, I'm just kind of testing the design. Alright, so I've got the 4 ground tampers down. You can see they're all fairly closely lined up. They're all separated, the gaps are filled by large shelters. In each of the 4 wall corners. I've got them fully walled off with 2 gates in this section and 2 gates in that section. You'd finish it off by walling off each of these ground tampers separately, so they're all a separate entity kind of thing. But I'll show you how I did it. I noticed a few things on when placing the deck foundation that I didn't realise until I corrected it the second time. I'll get into this and I'll quickly show you. First thing I did wrong was I didn't place the deck foundation in such a way that the ramp would come onto this one. So there's a bit of a dip here, and that's really hard to get a car out of. It's really annoying. I flipped the car trying to get it out of here, and you don't want that kind of thing in your own base. Alright, so you can see it's flush against the wall, or basically flush against the wall on both sides. It's going to be a bit hard to get up there, but I should be able to. So you can kind of see that it's flush against the wall. So that was my first attempt, and I wasn't happy with that. So I built a deck foundation expansion, and put a ramp down there. The only problem is that it goes in these walls here. So if these walls ever get blown up, they'll never be able to be replaced, because you just can't replace them if the thing's already there. So this is it was just a trial to see what it would look like, so I wouldn't do it that way. On my second one it was a bit cleaner though. So what I've done, instead of pushing it against the back wall, as you can see there's a bit of a gap here, I've got it as close as I can to that shelter there, so it's kind of flush with that, and it is flush with the wall on that side, so it's pushed back as far as it can on the wall. It's really hard to see, sorry. It's pushed back as far as it can on the wall, but it's pushed up to this large shelter here, and that gives that ramp, makes it a much smoother ramp, and you can get cars up and down that quite easily. Alright, the next thing that might get a few people, and it's not that big a deal if it does, you can quickly fix it. But where you want to place your deck foundation, I want to place it in this section here. So what you need to do is, when you place your large shelters, you need to make sure that you place it so it only overhangs into the section where you want the deck foundation. So it's placed there so it only overhangs here a little bit. Same goes over here. It's placed here so it only overhangs a little bit. You'll lose the doors from these guys because the doors are pushed up against the wall, but it's the only, otherwise if it was placed on this side, you wouldn't be able to get your deck foundation down. So that's so you do it, you can do it, I did it there, and then again here, so that would allow me to have a deck foundation here and there, just more car storage, or I guess gives you more flexibility. Another good tip and trick that I wish I had done, and I'll do for my next design, is these gates here. Place them like that, and then when you open them, you can get your large shelter down, but then it kind of seals off that gap there between so that they don't have access to your large shelters. I don't know how weak they are, but for instance here I didn't do it, so now it's just a hole in the fence where the large shelter sits, and you can't get through it or anything, but at least with the gate there it's like another level of protection that they have to blow through if they're going to use that. Yeah, so that's my attempt 1. I'll show you, I've got another one, a different design on this one that I tried next, and I was a little bit more happy with that. It's a lot easier to do. You don't have to line up 4 of these things, which is quite hard to do. And there was a few comments on these videos that saying they couldn't get the 4 down. This is just Lone Pine, just in the undeveloped area of Lone Pine. Where are we? So it's down this section of it. What is that? The southwest corner. So yeah, I imagine you'd be able to also do it at the villas section up here. I've built a base in the cranberry in Ruby Lake here. I think one of my friends is attempting to do it up here somewhere. So there's probably a few options to do it. Like the water is definitely flat, pretty flat. It's a pretty good spot. But I thought this spot at Lone Pond was available, so I used it. Alright, I'll stop it there, and I'll warp across to my the next base for attempt number 2. I'll see you guys soon.